So Project Rusty, here he is. The concept here is to get it as clean as I can. I want to retain as much of the patina as I can. It's pretty cool looking patina. So I've got some, first thing I'm gonna do is do a light pressure wash with some Purple Power there. And then once we'll see how that goes. And then move on to some CLR. And I've got some heavy duty and not so heavy duty Scotch-Brite pads. So we'll do some test spots, see how it works out. And then afterwards, the end goal is to do we're gonna start with a boiled linseed oil treatment instead of spending a lot of money, because the project goal here is to see about getting this guy on the road for as little money as possible. And boiled linseed oil is a lot cheaper than shine juice or poppies or whatever. So this fender I kind of messed with already, so it's a little sneak peek, I guess, of what the final look will be. You can tell a big difference between the cab and that fender, but this was kind of a quick job, didn't spend a lot of time on it, so I expect that the rest of it, or my hope is that the rest of it will end up looking better than that, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire the pressure washer up and start spraying. He's wet down with Purple Power and really low pressure water, so nothing has been disturbed yet. It didn't even take this moss or whatever that is off the bumper, so we're going really easy at this point. I think I'm gonna come back and hit this with one of those Scotch-Brite pads and just see, then spray it with some water and just kind of see how that cleans up. So you can tell that this stuff is like what we're trying to get rid of. You can see it's starting to come off right now. So with a little bit of elbow grease and some more chemicals, it should clean on up. So next step, I'm gonna hit it with some of that Scotch-Brite, and I'll show you what that looks like before moving on and just doing the whole truck. I went ahead and sprayed this top rail, bed rail down with some CLR, and I've decided to try this sponge, the not so heavy duty Scotch-Brite. Again, I'm trying to save as much of the original paint as I can, and I thought that those other ones may be a little too aggressive, but we'll see how this turns out. I'm gonna walk around here right quick and go ahead and hit this piece as well. So let's see, kind of get down on that white a little bit too. Trying to decide, I saw a truck, it's a newer model, but like 6456 truck. Same color though, dark green patina. And his grill and bumpers were black. My original plan was to go back with white here. Actually, like, sand it, prime it, paint it, like legit. Well, rattle can legit, but still legit. Paint job. But I don't know, man. I like that black looked pretty cool. So, you can drop some comments down there and let me know what you think. Because I could really go either way. But I did think the black looked pretty cool. I definitely want to keep the white letters on the bumper. On the tailgate. But other than that, all this is pretty ratty anyway. And I would want to do something with it regardless. But, all right. So I'm going to fire up the pressure washer again. Spray this off in that bed rail. We'll see what that looks like. So that's a significant improvement. It did, I mean, I don't know if it took this down to metal or if it was already exposed. Couldn't really tell, but this is pretty good. It occurred to me that I should have done a 50-50 on this so that you could see what the CLR Scotch-Brite looks like versus nothing. So I'm going to do that on the other side, and that's also a good test for me too, because I mean that looks pretty good. I'm digging that. So yeah, let me do this top bed rail right quick and I'll check back in. Here's the CLR and the more aggressive Scotch-Brite pad. I decided to try that one. Once it got wet, it was not as bad feeling. So that's that. And on the other side of this stake pocket is just the Purple Power and low pressure wash. So there's definitely a difference. All of this stuff, this mold, mildew, whatever that is gone. Down here, the paint is still intact, and it is significantly smoother. You can kind of hear the difference. Smoother to the touch, like, I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, and that's what I'm going for. I want to get it as smooth as possible while keeping the character. You know, I don't want to take all the paint down and make it super smooth, but I do want you to be able to lean over the bedside and not come away with paint flakes and scratches. So okay, there's a lot of truck left to do, so I'm gonna keep plugging. Maybe I'll do this door and we'll see, because I think that's gonna be kind of impressive. I don't know if that's primer or what, who knows. Well, there's, yeah, it's something. This is some paint. I do think that this was there was a repaint at some point, so I don't know that this is factory green. Well, you can kind of tell up here that there's two different greens going on. So, and I don't think that it originally had a white top, but it has been painted white. This truck is a really stripped down work truck model. I mean, it's got the base heater. It only has one, or had one, sun visor. Never had this one. Obviously these aren't the original seats, so I'm looking for a bench. I want a factory style bench, because what I want to do here is basically restore. I'm still talking about rattle can restore, but I want to get this interior as original as possible and in good looking shape, so just so it's a little different from what you see on the outside. So yeah, I'm gonna hit this door with some of the CLR and Scotch-Brite, and we'll see where we get. The higher pressure nozzle is definitely the move here. You can tell that it's not as, you know, it didn't get like this bedside again. It's not as good looking as that, but it definitely moved a lot of the, also, I mean, I guess I missed this spot, but like that mildew is gone basically, and everything else looks a lot better than it did before, especially up here with these fenders and around the front. So I think that doing the whole truck in the CLR is probably best, but it is pretty hot out here and I don't really want that stuff drying. I don't know what that would do. The nozzle did cause some disturbance to the white on the tailgate. So I'm definitely gonna handle the tailgate by hand. But there's a lot of mildew on the bumper as well, and it really took that stuff right off too. So far so good. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna try to maybe clean the windows just so it looks a little better. But for now, I think today I might be done for today. Let it get dry, take a look at it later, see. Well, I got to do the hood. I didn't hit the hood yet, so I'm gonna do that before knocking off. But yeah, all right. Well, we'll catch up with you next time for part 2, which may be boiled linseed oil. I don't know. Maybe more CLR. Who knows?